Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tanya Lady T, and this is what? Another edition of LadyTSensations. Listen, go ahead on and say what you need to say. My intentions was to cook tonight, but I went and finally got my nails done. Yes. And so I just didn't want to cut up all those vegetables and chicken and everything that I was going to cook. I need to let my nails rest today so they can be fully cemented, if you will. Ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I went to Wendy's, so I'm gonna play with Wendy tonight. So I got the Dave's double Baconator with the bacon. And did y'all not forget? Did y'all think I was out of the onion club? Y'all know I keep onions on tap. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead on and put some onions on this bad boy to get the full flavor. And then I've got some chicken nuggets. I've never tried Wendy's chicken nuggets. And just regular salt, rough cut fries. So let's do it. Nothing special. And I also got Wendy's for my nuggets. This is creamy sriracha. I wanted to try that, and then, of course, your basic ranch. Let me get some ketchup on this bad boy. So I hope everybody had a blessed day today. Of course, I had a busy day. When don't I have a busy day? That's the question. Go ahead on and put these onions up here. Onions. Up here. Get it going, get it going, get it going, get it going. And I'll leave a couple off just so I can crunch on the side. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead on and open up my, put this over here. Open up my sriracha. And ranch. We're going to get everything out so we ain't got to fiddle-faddle with it later on. Let's go and get the ketchup for the French fries. So like I said, I hope everybody had a blessed day. Oh, shoot. I dropped that right in that ketchup, but that's all right. You know, the certain companies, even though they might have their ketchup and stuff packaged from the same company, some companies, the ketchup, it tastes sweeter than others, to me anyway. So let's go ahead on and do it. Get that bad boy going. Is that beautiful? Oh, that's a beautiful sandwich. Yes. Fresh. One thing I do when I go to fast food restaurants, I always ask them to make mine fresh. And I always ask for them to double cook my meat. Because I don't want to see red Fred. I don't want to hear this sandwich say, moo! Moo! I don't want to see none of that. I want to make sure it's thoroughly cooked. Let's try this sriracha. Ooh, it's got a kick to it. It almost tastes like buffalo wing. And it catch you in the back of the throat. And I just got a Diet Coke. That's pretty good. But that sriracha kicks you in the back of your throat. Kicks you. I don't know what it is, y'all, but I love me some onions. You hear me? Mmm. That bacon though. Again, I just want to thank everybody for your support and hanging out with your girl, Lady T. Y'all, we be talking about everything over here. It don't even matter. The video I did about, I was talking about the dogs. Y'all check it out in the comment section, man. There was so many things I learned. Thank y'all. Knowledge is power. Unfortunately, I stay in an apartment where they don't allow pets, but maybe they don't down the line, because I'm looking to buy. I'm saving up to buy a house. So anyway, woo, y'all, I'm on the flavor train. Got all kinds of flavors going on here. But maybe I'll look into getting a hyperallergenic dog. Never knew. Never knew. See, I'm the type of person. You never know what a conversation will spawn. That's the beauty of this platform. Stuff that you don't have knowledge of, other people do. And they can educate you on it. That's a good hamburger. That one's shaped like a heart. I love y'all. Now, I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's the wrong kind of ice. It's starting to make me a little irritated now. This is that square flat ice. It's a beverage flow blocker. Nobody got time for that, y'all. Let's double dip. That creamy sriracha is pretty good, y'all. On my main channel, I was talking about speaking your heart. You know, a lot of times when we're talking to people or talking to our loved ones, whether it be our boyfriends, girlfriends, companions, husband, wives, mother, whoever. Sometimes, in order to achieve something and in order to get to a certain level, sometimes you just have to speak your heart to people. Because guess what? If it's a frustration in your life and they're not doing something that they, that they need to do, what's wrong with tactfully, not something that you say to them that causes them to get, their teeth to get on edge. I'm not talking about stuff. I'm talking about certain things that you really, that are on your heart. Speak your heart and get it out, instead of letting it fester and letting it build up. And you know what? Because one thing about it, whether it's yourself you need to speak to or a loved one, do good. When you do good, make your good better. When you make your when you make it better, make it your best. When you get to your best, make it exceptional, make it excellent. And you just keep building from that. So that's the thought of the day, y'all. Speak your heart and do your best. Make your good be better, and your better be best. Wendy also had them smoothies. No. They're called Frosties. I said, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Ooh. Okay, what I had to do when I drank that, so I can get a good flow, I had to sort of push the ice to the side. And then, you know, there's all kinds of tricks and different types of things we have to do when we're eating now. You know, to get the full enjoyment out of your meal. I have a good friend. I don't care what she's eating, she has to have ranch dressing. And I thought, that's something to Google. Man, what did you do before they had ranch? But I guess, you know, once you are in knowledge of something, it's on. And I can't complain. I can't pick. I can't judge, because I'm the same way. There are just certain things I have to have. Case in point. Went to the grocery store yesterday. Remember that tea I showed y'all I liked? By Trade Winds? Man, I can't believe I'm getting full already. I might have ate too fast. I went up in that campground yesterday, y'all, and they were out. This is the first time ever that they were out of that particular brand. And it was almost like when I walked over there to grab it off the shelf like I normally do, because it was just, you know, never happened. And I began to sort of have a little panicky to me. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, what? And so I saw one of the young men that was stalking the chef. I said, listen, excuse me, sir. I'm not quite understanding what just happened to me. He said, what? You know, y'all, I'm dramatic. I said, you're out of the, I mean, everything else was stock, Arizona, all that. But my mouth I didn't want to taste Arizona. I wanted trade winds. So he said, oh, yes, ma'am. He said, the truck hadn't come in. And so, yeah, we're sold out. And I just stood there. I heard his mouth move. Excuse me, I saw his mouth moving, and I heard the words that came out of his mouth, but my brain didn't want to comprehend what he said. And, you know, once you hear it, you have to receive it. And I thought, but I didn't want to receive it. I wanted him to go back to the stock room and double check. And I said, Tanya, I had to digress. I had to say to myself, Tanya, leave that young man alone so he can finish doing his job. Because he saw how distraught I was. If he knew or thought there was a chance there was something back there, he would have went back there. The grocery store I go to, they're very friendly. And they recognize me because I go to the grocery store. You know, they get used to seeing the weekly people that go in there. They know who you are. They know who you are. But anyway, like I said, getting back to what I was saying, oh yeah, it could be a problem. It could be, you know, call 911. Yes, because where's my whatever? Why are you out? I need somebody to come. Let's all have a round table meeting. I mean, like I said, I can be dramatic. Now I didn't, you know, carry on too bad. But what I'm saying is that's the chaos that be going on in my mind. No, listen, no. Call the general manager. Call the general merchandising manager and the replenishment manager. We need to all have a round table discussion, because when I come up in here, I want my trade wins. Yes, it's that serious. So I get it. I understand. We all have our own things. We think it's the end of the world, don't we? And I just stood there in the middle of the aisle, looking up at the tile ceiling. And all I could hear was that old song that was playing on the intercom. Speaking of songs on intercom, oh my goodness, Pier 1. Sometimes when me and my mom are in there shopping, they have some of the best music playing, and I can't help it. It'd be so good, I have to just stop what I'm doing and just go ahead on and cut a rug right in the middle of the store. Has any of y'all done that? Oh my God. We throw down, whether we, you know, do the little electric slide, little dance. Because see, once you get a certain age, well, listen, I'll speak for yourself. I'll speak for myself. Can't get down like I used to. You have to do them little short, snappy moves. That's all you can do when you get in your 40s. But anyway, oh my God, some of the best music. Now, I've gone to Ross's, which is a clothing, houseware type store. And that's spelled R-O-S-S, Ross. And I was in there shopping one day. And again, I was with me and my mom. Me and my mom was shopping. And my goodness, I don't know who that woman was on that CD or coming out of that speaker. But she must have sang the same verse 99.22227779311. She must have sang that verse that many times. And I was so deep looking you know, for a bargain. You know, I have to find my honey hole. I was so busy. I had to stop and come to myself. And I turned around. And it was all, me and my mom, eyes locked at the same time. I said, you got your Vaseline. Let's take our earring, because we finna go up in there and come and snatch her out of there. And put her out of her midst. Oh my God, that song was so horrible. And I thought, we got so tickled. Because I said, well, daggone, do they want us to stay in here and shop? Or are they trying to run us away as shoppers? But anyway, I just thought about that. You know, have you ever, what's your favorite store you like to go into and you notice if you're tuned? See, I tune into stuff like that. Maybe y'all are not tuned in. About like when I was talking about the stuff that I see when I'm watching movies. See, I tune into stuff like that. I'm wired that way. So, hey, put it down below. You know, hey, do y'all have a store that y'all like to go into because they always play good music? Or you go to a store and they're always playing that flim flam, real depressing elevator music. Anyway, that's your girl, Lady T. Those are the things my brain is wired to notice. But anyway, that time I had to push the ice back with my teeth. Yeah, I don't like Wendy's ice, but this food is good. I'm just getting full, y'all. I can't eat the rest of this. I probably should have just got a single. See? I was being greedy. That's why they say don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry, because you go in there and you spend what you normally spend, but then when you go in there hungry, man, you'll blow the bank. And see, I've been there, done that. Gone to the grocery store and be hungry. You be picking up stuff you ain't never bought before in your life. Just because it look good. Have to watch doing that. But I'm liking this creamy sriracha. Pretty good. No, y'all ain't got too much going on today, not much to talk about. Other than well, I don't already see it. Probably gonna read some tonight. Yeah, get on into bed. Tapping out, y'all. Tapping out. I'm about to call the referee. I'm about to bust. Let me do one more thing. Y'all know I gotta do it. I'm gonna dip this down here in this sauce. That's good. It's about 7 o'clock now. Just show you some of my favorite snacks, sweets that I like to eat after I eat dinner. But since I'm so full, I'm gonna wait till about 8:30. Y'all don't know? You better ask somebody. These grandma peanut butter cookies, they ain't but 99 cents. They're soft. I ain't gonna talk about it, y'all, because I'm gonna get emotional. I'm just gonna end the video because it'll get emotional in here. It will. Ooh, y'all. The Baconator baconized me. Can't eat another drop. Anyway, thank y'all again for hanging out with your girl and staying on the flavor train, because what? Flavor is what it's all about. Anyway, love all y'all. See you on the next video. And please don't forget to share. Share. Reach one, each one. Anyway, enough of me running my mouth. Y'all have a good one, and thanks again. Bye.